So hello everyone, good morning. Well, thanks for coming today to this seminar about artificial intelligence. My name is Jose. I studied electronic engineering in Spain. Then I did 2 masters, one in artificial intelligence and another one in mathematics applied to data science. And now I'm doing my PhD in computational neuroscience and artificial intelligence at the University of Nottingham. But, let's talk about something more interesting than me. If I say artificial intelligence, what do you think in? Well, most of the people, especially those non-related with technology, will think potentially in something like Terminator and robots that aim to kill the humankind, or in a very, very evil hacker behind a remote screen doing cyber attacks. So in a more positive side, they will think in some kind of superheroes with superpowers thanks to the AI. If you ask to my parents, who are somehow closer to the reality because of me, they will say something like, "Oh, I don't know what is artificial intelligence. My son is a good boy that spent hours and hours working so hard with a computer and completing tasks for his supervisor," or something like that. Although there is some part of truth in all of this, a small one, I'm not a good boy, the reality is that AI is a big community, full of people working hard and willing to achieve things that we cannot even imagine yet. I included this picture at the bottom to show you the fact that you don't need to be an old crazy scientist in a lab to do science. As you can see, they are young people just around your age. And in this case, they are part of a platform called Teens in AI, which promotes the first step in artificial intelligence among teenagers like you. But there are many, 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 many more. You just need to Google for it and you will find a lot of them. The thing is, everyone can be involved in this work as long as you are ready to study and work hard for it. But one or more than one of the people that you see in these pictures doesn't exist, i.e. the picture, the face represented there, is created by an artificial neural network. It doesn't exist. So which one or ones would you say is true or not? Try. Okay, the first one, is true or is fake?
True.
Fake.
Fake, true. Okay, second one.
True.
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 Fake, true. Why?
I don't know. Like his face is more real.
He just looks a bit more realistic.
Yeah, it has more details which are more specific to someone who would look like him, so it kind of seems more real.
Okay, let's say it's true. Third one.
Fake.
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 Okay, any reason?
It just looks like a lot of different facial appearances put together. Like it doesn't seem authentic. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, it was a tricky question. All of them are fake. Not one of them exists. And actually, if you go to this website, you can create infinite new faces just reloading and refreshing the website. It's crazy, right? They look real. They look real. I mean, if you see this face for the very first time, you don't even think if it's real or fake. You just think it's someone. I'm pretty sure that most of you already know this another app, Face App, that a year ago or so became really famous. So in this app, you can upload a photo and you can see an old version of yourself just within seconds. And there are many, many more applications of this technology, like not changing your age, but also your gender, your race, making a cartoon character of you, and even creating movement. This is an example of the Gioconda, right? And from this picture, they created a living portrait. How can they do it? They learn how a person moves, and they transfer this to this picture. This is another example that unfortunately we don't have time to watch. But in this video, they show how to train a neural network to change the face of someone in a video for any other one. So in this case, they put the face of this guy, that is the Iron Man's actor, I don't remember his name, and put it in this video of Elon Musk giving a talk. This is all the process of how they train it, but I just wanted to show you the result, to show you that it looks real. It's sick. As you can see, is the face of the other guy in the Elon Musk talk. And it looks real. You can even notice it. These kind of techniques are also used in all your Instagram filters, Snapchat, and so on. And it's just an example of how a particular task can be learned and performed really, really well by a machine. So again, is this artificial intelligence? Yes, no? I mean, we know what is artificial, but what is intelligence? And that's a really hard question to which we have no answers yet. These algorithms reconstruct human faces very well, but if you put it to do any other task like driving or cooking, the results will be a completely disaster. So what AI tries nowadays is just that, to somehow replicate the procedure, the steps we follow to perform a particular task. So again, in this case, to recognize or create new faces, we need first to identify what is a human face and what is not. This power makes that AI is nowadays is applied to almost any field you can think in. Healthcare, automobile, finance, robotics, everything. There are already tons of tasks problems that can be already be done by an AI, even better or faster than humans. And companies are using this technology to make profit. For instance, did you know that Netflix and YouTube and Amazon, Google, all of them use AI to predict what is more likely that you will be interested in order to offer it to you, and then to sell it to you and provide you the feeling that you are happy in the platform. However, there are other cases that we don't even know what's happening, and we use AI approaches to help us to discover it. For instance, in my research, in my thesis, I focus on reconstruct and understand the brain connections. In this way, if we understand better how the brain works, we could identify when it's not working properly to detect and prevent diseases. Okay, I know. All of this sounds really cool, but what do you really need to do for all of this? Money, to be in a specific place, to be super intelligent? All in all, we can see machine learning and artificial intelligence as a tool, right? As a tool to be applied into the field we are interested in or to the problem we want to solve, just as a computer or a calculator. And almost everybody has access to a computer or a calculator nowadays, right? In order to apply that tool properly, we need to learn a bit of different areas. These ones here. So AI started as a sub-area of computer science like 70 years ago. It's not new after all, but nowadays it has evolved a lot and it is a very interdisciplinary world. I will say there are three main skills you may need to develop if you want to master in artificial intelligence. The first one, mathematics, especially statistics and probability. Computer science, to translate your knowledge into the machine language. And the last one is the domain knowledge. How much do you understand? How can you apply all these things, all these tools to the problem you want to solve? This diagram is a bit biased. I will say the proportions are not correct, but still it helps you to show all the interdisciplinarity and options that you can find within artificial intelligence. Then, depending on the bits of each area you are selecting, your profile will be particularly strong in some specific areas. So for instance, if you go for mathematics, you will be particularly strong in data analysis, data science, and so on. But it is truly versatile overall. So the take-home messages I want to get from here, that AI is not science fiction, it is a reality. It is a very funny discipline, truly versatile, and you can combine it or apply it with any other field you can imagine, but you will have to work hard. That it is done by a huge community of people with many different backgrounds, and still it has a lot of projection and a lot of demanding of people, so it's a perfect moment to get started. And finally, that all these things and many, many more, like AI techniques, applications, what do you need to study, and so on, is what we will cover in the seminar. So I hope to see you there.
So, if let's say like an artificial intelligence didn't have enough characteristics or enough like factors to put in to make like a good judgment, would you say that it's not as effective as it should be, or would you say that it just simply doesn't have enough data? So would that challenge its actual performance, or would that just be it not having enough data and the humans not actually programming it?
That's a good question, actually. So a few years ago, there are many different lines of research in artificial intelligence. One of them is focus whether we need a lot of training data or not, because in some cases, like in medicine, you don't have this data to solve the problem. So there are people focused especially on develop algorithms that learn from few sources, it's called, from only small amounts of data. This is a very hot trend right now. It is not completely developed, but they are getting some advances, some findings that encourage, I will say in the next few years, we will be able to learn from just few examples, as humans do. So you don't need to see 1 billion of faces to understand that humans has a face like that. Just seeing 3 types of dog, you understand that that is a dog. And this is what some people is trying now to do in artificial intelligence, because the current algorithms need a lot of training data to do it. So yeah, good question.